Welcome to the Arizona Wildcats Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. I am Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley, here with Zack Rosenblatt. Zachy, the LA schools come to town this week. Everybody's talking about UCLA, but I want to spend a moment or two here talking about USC. This is a team that isn't quite Dunk City just yet. They seem to struggle, but they really have some talented players. Is there anything about the Trojans that Arizona should be worried about heading into the Thursday game?
I mean, they have a pretty good big man, but when big men come into McHale Center, they tend to get in foul trouble and kind of become irrelevant. He's not that great of a shot blocker or anything like that. So same Nikola Jovanovic.
Right.
I think I pronounced that wrong, but
That's okay.
but yeah, I mean, they have some talented guys. They've Caton Reinhardt transferred from UNLV. He was a highly recruited guy coming out of high school. They just lost Jordan McLaughlin to injury. I'm not sure how long he's going to be out for, but he's their point guard. So it might not be a very close game.
You know, it's funny, if we look at the teams that have given Arizona trouble, okay, Oregon State, UNLV, these were teams that made a real concerted effort to sort of shorten the game, play zone defense, grind it out, right? USC does the exact opposite. In that regard, I think that that's really their Achilles heel, because a team like Arizona should be able to run with them and run better than them throughout the game if that's the way they want to.
Arizona has the best athletes in the conference.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and I've just started looking at how often USC's been dunking in games, just because they're supposed to be Dunk City,
right.
with this Andy Enfield coming across from Florida Gulf Coast, and they've had like 8 total dunks in the last 10 games or something like that.
That's it?
Yeah, I just don't know if they're good enough to get to the rim at this point.
Rondé Hollis-Jefferson has had 8 total dunks in the last 10 games.
That's what I'm saying. I just thought I thought it was kind of, because I had a feeling it was going to be like that when I went to look back at it. But yeah, they're not. I don't know if they're quite what anybody wanted them to be from USC's perspective when Enfield came in.
To me, Zach, though, they're competitive, if nothing else. Yeah. They're fun to watch, I think. They have a scheme and an identity. At USC, shouldn't that be enough?
Yeah, but the problem is just exactly how bad they've been. I mean, they won their first game in like 9 games the other day against Oregon State, and if they don't start showing that they're any improvement. I mean, he's recruiting pretty well because they're USC, but if they don't start showing improvement in the near future, I don't know how much longer he'll be there.
Sure, and USC is always sort of a strange mix there. I mean, it's still sort of widely considered a football school.
Yeah, they've never been great at basketball.
Right.
Yeah.
The one time they got players, the O.J. Mayos of the world, it was because, they cheated.
And still paying for that.
And they're still paying for it. I mean, and you look at this team, the collection of talent isn't good, but I think that the scheme is certainly something that if it works, everybody could buy into.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, it's a fun team to watch, and if they can get it together, they'll be one of the more fun teams, because it's a lot of low-scoring games in the Pac-12 this year.
Well, how many teams in the Pac-12 actually emphasize pushing the ball?
Oregon,
USC.
Yeah,
that's about it. Everybody else sort of slows it down.
I mean, it's risky to be that much different than the entire conference, but it could be good.
Sure.
Because you catch teams off guard.
Sure. Quick prediction: Thursday night, Arizona USC at McHale. Who wins?
Arizona by 30.
30. Come on, Zach. I think it's going to be a little bit more competitive, if only because I think USC will show up with something to prove, and maybe Arizona is looking a little bit beyond it to the big Saturday game.
Swaggy P isn't walking through
that door. Swaggy P is not walking through that door. Exactly. Well, that'll do it for this episode of the Arizona Wildcat Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. For Zack Rosenblatt, I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.
Try this matchup: low prices and faster checkout. You can count on it at Fry's.